What's up, guys? It's your boy TPP, and I'm back with that true crime talk, baby. Let's go. Happy Friday the 13th, y'all. Happy Friday the 13th. I don't know if that's something to be really happy about because, it gets crazy, usually on these nights, and especially with what we got going on in the world, right? Some crazy threats from some crazy people, right? So today is supposed to be one dangerous Friday the 13th. But anyways, with all that stuff, topic for this live, we're going to get into the testimony for Maya Kawalski, right? The recap for her testimony from today. This is probably going to be, I don't know. I know it's not the last live for Maya, but this is probably second to last live I'm thinking we're going to do on the Kowalski case. Maybe third to last, right? I'll probably cover, closings or whatnot, and then we'll come back for the verdict, chop it up. But other than that, this is going to be about it. But I wanted to get on here, cover her testimony, you know what I mean, since we've been covering this. And then after that, guys, the next couple lives are definitely not going to be Maya's, and I already have them lined up. We're going to get back into some Delphi. I have a couple cases, some of the subscribers, like Sam's Rocket sent me, that we got to get into. So there's some crazy stuff going on that nobody's talking about. I know there's other crazy stuff people are talking about. Like we got this crazy Turtle Boy situation, and we got these crazy other cases. It's a lot. It's a lot. But we're going to get off this Maya stuff after today, and we're going to get back into the other crazy thing, the other crazy stuff. You know what I mean? But before we get into that, everybody that's live, anybody that's catching us on the replay, smash that like, smash that share, get us out there. If you're new here, just smash the button already, subscribe. And believe it or not, guys, even at this point, my analytics is showing we got some people that are showing up still, watching our content over here, and they ain't smashing that subscribe button. It's kind of disrespectful, honestly. It's kind of disrespectful. I know if I was rolling over to a channel consistently and watching their content, I'd at least smash the subscribe button. At least do that. You know what I mean? It's free. It's free, man. Come on. Let me see who I got here real quick before we get into it as well. Let me see who I got over here in chat. Tinsy, good to see you. Good to see you. Sweet Home Alabama, good to see you. Bees, there you are. Good to see you, Bees. Good to see you. Sam, good to see you, Sam. Kathy Blanks, good to see you. Criminal Med, good to see you. Darzilla, good to see you. Heck yeah, good to see you all. Happy Friday, man. And then before we get into it, like I said, I want to start doing this little thing. And it's not a little thing, it's actually a big ass thing to me, honestly. And that's I just want to give shout outs for people that have already donated this month, people that will be on next month's wall, the donation wall before each live that's up. Sweet Misery True Crime, Jeannie Ange, Miss Dawn, Sassy7, Criminal Med, BM Turtle Madness, and Darzilla. So far, those are the people that have donated this month. Much love to all of you guys. I appreciate it. You guys are making it a whole lot easier to do this thing when I'm not having to stress out on how I'm going to pay for all the programs to do this thing. You know what I mean? So you guys are huge. Because, let's face it. I got 4 kids, man. Child support keep it broke. You keep it damn broke, y'all. Let me see what else y'all are saying. B says, TPP, I heard the chat was too serious without me. You know what? We had some fun. That's lies. We had some fun. We got into some conversation. It just didn't involve too much of me turning red too often. But you know what I mean? The ladies did notice that from time to time and made sure they did touch upon that stuff. Gator Hater, good to see you. Good to see you. Heck yeah. Good to see everybody. All right. So, like I said, this isn't going to be a super long live, guys. It's not, I promise. Where Maya's testimony recap isn't that long. So before we get into that, though, I got a little news for y'all. There's 15 of you all here. Oh, Stony Stone, good to see you. TLC is me. Good to see you. Good to see y'all. It's really good to see you guys. Awesome having y'all here on a Friday. But I got some good news for the people that are here. And obviously people are going to catch us on the replay. We got big news. I know, right? It's sneaky. I should have put it in the title. But y'all are lucky. The ones that are here showed up. So I'm starting to see a lot of regulars. A lot of y'all are starting to be regulars here every day. There's some faces that come and go, but some of y'all are straight up regulars at this point. Stony says, sent you an email with my number. All right, brother. All right, heck yeah. No, you're definitely somebody I'd like to keep in contact with because you sound to be on top of all kinds of things, brother. I love that information flow. But huge news, guys. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop with it all. Big news. We are currently in review. We're in review, guys. You get what I'm saying, right? We're in review. We hit the 3K. We hit the 3K watch hours, baby. Literally, as I was about to go live right now, I was literally filling out everything and pushed this in. So we're in the review process now. It says some crazy amount of time for us to get the review. Hopefully, it's not that long. Hopefully, it comes quicker than that. But we're in the review process. So massive shout out to all of you guys for making this happen. For everybody that just grinded out those watch hours for me, that had me on multiple devices. You guys absolutely rock. We did that. Once it became like a mission, you guys were on it, dude. You guys were on it. Thank you so much. So much. Like I said, none of this goes down without you all. Let's see. Heck yeah. No, I know you had a long talk with my mom today. Oh boy, I can only imagine what y'all are talking about. But right, guys, like this is what we've been working for, guys. This is so I can get the memberships open, and not just so I can have members and memberships, so we can start doing some cool stuff for members only, some stuff behind the paywall. You know what I mean? And if the haters want to come hate, we gotta make them pay a little extra more to come hate, right? I'm so excited though, guys. Thank you guys so freaking much. I'm still processing it because, like I said, I literally hit the button as we were going, like literally 10 seconds before I went live. I was smashing that button to like get it sent off for review. So, man, I'm at a loss for words. This is so exciting, guys. But congratulations goes to all of us, guys. We did this as a community, just like getting me on Turtle Island. It was getting us on Turtle Island. So happy, guys. So freaking happy. Now I got to get my art skills on, and I got to create some badges and some emojis and stuff. Yeah, I was working on finding some that I like, but I think I'm gonna having to create some. I think, but yeah. So for everybody that's hearing that good news, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Oh shit, man! I knew somebody was gonna remember. I just knew it. Hey, no, that was if I get the Turtle Island belt, right? That was if but we have a stage for it, so you know what I mean. I'm a man of my word. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Yeah, and then another thing too is like we're already having other channels. I've already got at least one channel review me, because of Turtle Island. So, and they didn't review me negatively, so I guess that's a good thing. So yeah, dude, we're getting out there, guys. We're getting out there. This is the end of this year. We're gonna pick up steam, and then 2024, it's off. It's off, baby. It's on. Heck yeah. Hey, am I rocking the Turtle Beach headset? I don't know. It's some like cheap headset, bro. Heck yeah. All right, guys. So man, yeah, I really don't know where to go from that. It's kind of, I was thinking about like waiting to tell you guys and like jumping up once it was, but man, I couldn't help it. I saw that and I was like, man, I gotta share that with them now. Whoever shows up to this live gets that info hot and fresh. Nobody got the update. TPP, you said you would wear the red shirt. Oh, I did, to get me on Turtle Island. I thought it was if I heard you call, but you know what? You're right. Okay. I'll wear a red shirt. Bees for you. Next live is a red shirt. Okay. Okay, I promise. Deal. Miss Darcy, good to see you. Good to see you. Man, y'all are here today on this Friday. So let's go ahead and get into Darcy. What info? We're in review, Miss Darcy. We're in review. We did it. We hit the 3K. We're in review. I literally filled everything out 10 seconds before we jumped on the live. I went to just check the numbers, the hours, so I could give you guys an update on the hours because we were so close. We're like within 17 hours last night. And this morning it was saying the same thing. So I went to check it right before I went live, and it was like, boom. So I started applying for everything, and I hit that final review button for the review right before we went live. So yeah, That's what's up. That's what's up. And Miss Darcy, thank you so much, because I know that you're one of the ones that had me on playing on like 2 or 3 devices, cranking up them hours for me. So I appreciate it so much, guys. God, dude, I'm still kind of in shock right now. I really am. I really am. It's gonna take a while for it to sink in. You know what I mean? But so excited, guys. All right, let me go ahead and let's get us into while we're here. Let's go ahead and get this Maya, this last Maya testimony recap done. Like this whole trial has been, it's, trigger warning. It's going to be a little bit hard on the emotions and whatnot, but I want to get it in and get through this so we can get on to some other stories. There's a lot of stuff going on I want to be covering. Let me see what else y'all are saying. Let me see. Stoney says, we're going to push you where you can make this your number one job, bro. And I will fill you with information you can share with the world. Dude, that's the dream right now, Stone. I've been in my career for 21 years. So in the next couple of years, if I could put myself in a position to retire there and then do this full time, be streaming full time, that's the dream, brother. And I'll remember everybody that helps me get there too. I ain't trying to do that Grizzly True Crime thing and delete my OGs. That's still crazy to me. Still crazy to me. Criminal Met said, so today we are looking at how this family was devastated by this team's actions, which no one wants to take responsibility for. This is how they determine damage, and the lawyers act like sleazebags. Yes. Pat Gaines, good to see you. Good to see you, Miss Pat. See what else y'all are saying in chat. Looks like a lot of hellos. Man, I love how friendly my chat is, man. You all greet each other constantly. It's all a lot of love. Anybody's got something going on, they need some extra uplift, everybody's always there for it. I love it, man. All right, let me stop rambling and get this queued up for y'all. Okay, so we have it's just gonna be, like I said, guys, we're just gonna cover the Maya section. One, because there's a show I got to show up for tonight that I want to go. I want to go watch. We have a homegirl, this young lady named Miss Dumpling, right? She got a game show tonight I want to attend. But before that, we got to smash this live out, and I got to go have sushi dinner with my daughter. You know what I mean? So this one won't be too long, guys. But like I said, we got to see this through, at least this part. So let me shut up. Let's get it going, y'all. Let's get it going. All right, give me one to chat if y'all can hear it.
Yes.
All right. See you later. Darzilla, thank you, guys. I'm seeing the ones. Thank you. Let's keep rolling. Sweet home Alabama, thank you. Corvette girl, good to see you. Good to see you.
Good morning.
State your name for the record, please.
Maya Kawalski.
And you recall, Maya, that we had you on here before, but we had separated out to have you talk about some of the human damages at this point. And I wanted to go into 3 and really 4 different areas involving your physical and emotional pain and suffering, mental anguish, and the loss of capacity to enjoy life. And then I'd like to go into a little.
Real quick, we got like 33 people. The count just jumped up. Y'all, for the people that have been paying attention, we're in the review process. For everybody just tuning in, the channel is in the review process. We've made the watch hours. Just letting y'all know, for all the people that I just seen slide in. Let's continue, though.
A little bit about the loss of your mom on the wrongful death claim. So I want to start out on physical and emotional pain and suffering and ask you how what has happened here has affected you, and do you believe that you do need medical or psychological treatment from time to time?
Most definitely, yes.
And so are there problems about this that you can explain to the jury?
Yes, so I still experience CRPS pain, and unfortunately, I am a little bit scared to seek treatment because of what happened last time, how I ended up at Johns Hopkins. I'm also a little bit afraid to even talk about my pain, 1, because I don't want to worry my dad, and 2, because I don't want people to tell me that I'm faking it.
Is it hard for you to describe symptoms?
It's not hard for me to describe symptoms. It's more so that I'm afraid that they won't be believed.
Is that difficult for you when for so long your statements, your pleas, if you will, about your pain were disregarded, or you were told that they weren't real?
Overall. All right. I saw that too earlier, y'all, whenever Dolly got Pat confused with what she was saying, or Pat got confused with what Dolly was saying. She was like, "No, I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those turtles." Yo, we know Miss Pat. We know who you ride with.
Yes, and I still suffer from that to this day.
To this day, do you still have any feelings inside where you question yourself if there is an injury or emotional issue?
Yeah, so I told the story a little bit about how I broke my pinky playing football, and I waited a couple of days before I actually went and got help for it. I thought maybe it will go away. I'm just being dramatic, and I kid you not, my pinky was completely to the side. And I actually only sought treatment after my aunt, because she worked at the surgery center that I went to get it fixed. I was only comfortable knowing that she was in the operating room with me.
Now, the jury would like to know, though, they know that you've seen like a dermatologist and you've been a dentist, I think.
Correct.
Right. So why are you able, and you were actually admitted into a hospital up at Arnold Palmer, I think, for one of your relapses, were you not?
Yes, I was. So with Arnold Palmer, the first thing that we did was talk to my primary care physician, John Wasner. And when he talked to the hospital individually, that's when I felt comfortable going to the hospital and staying.
Can you imagine that though, guys? Imagine that. Your fingers laying over sideways. You're a young teenage girl, your fingers laying over sideways, and you're like, I think I'm just tripping. I'm probably just tripping. I probably shouldn't go to the doctor in case they can medically incarcerate me again. It'll be all right. That's how bad it is, man. It's insane.
Staying there. If you talk to the doctors, they would tell you that I definitely wanted to get out. I stayed there for a week, and then we continued the rest of the treatment at home. Sorry, what was the first part of that question? I completely forgot.
It was about whether it was physical, and well, first about the dermatologist and the dentist. You've been to those.
Yes.
Pat Gaines, man, I know it's got Dolly flustered too. It's like this dude could have had any other name in the world, right? Any other name in the world, but the dude's name is Turtle Boy, and he's got turtles. I know it's driving Dolly crazy as shit. I could tell. He's like really trying to define. There's a line between those people and us. Like it's too much, man. That dude is wild. I don't know about that situation, y'all.
So, I mean, I haven't really been wronged before by a dermatologist or a dentist. Those appointments typically last about an hour, so I feel more comfortable going there.
And also, from your perspective, does it seem likely that your dermatologist or your dentist will try to have you taken away?
Yeah, I don't think like a dentist would ever do that, and I've never heard of such a thing.
So how are you sleeping now? I understand you recently discovered melatonin. But
Yeah, so I'm not sleeping that great. There's two sides to it. So it's either I stay up all night, I am in pain, and I'm thinking about all of this, the legal stuff and John Hopkins Children's Hospital memories, or I fall asleep and I have nightmares and I wake up sweating. Sometimes I cry because whenever I dream, it's not dreams, it's more nightmares and remembering all the trauma.
okay. So how many hours do you sleep on average a night?
5.
What happens? Maybe try tramadol? Any of those?
I have trazodone, yes, and
Trazodone.
I mean, again, I'm able to fall asleep, but then once I enter REM sleep, I start dreaming, and it's just too difficult.
Does it wake you up even with the trazodone?
Yes.
Bro, she can't even escape it in her sleep. How messed up is that? Like, I'm gonna come. A lot of us that have depression, sleep's kind of an escape for a lot of us. But she can't even do that. She can't even be like, man, forget it. I don't even feel like functioning today. I'm just gonna crash out. No, she's like, I'm gonna go from this hell to trying to fall asleep and just enter another hell, a different realm of hell. Amazing.
And so now, Maya, they know, everyone knows that you're a very, very good student, but can you tell the jury about any difficulties that this emotional pain and suffering, physical as well, to the extent it's been aggravated, has changed your ability to focus, study?
Yes, so when I'm experiencing higher levels of pain, it's harder for me to concentrate on the material. And then with my mind just thinking about John Hopkins all the
Miss Darcy, let me go ahead and address that comment. My blood pressure went real high watching this today. I know, that's why I told everybody trigger warning. We're only covering the Maya section of it because we're limited on time. But I don't know if most of you guys have been following it anyways that really care to see the other parts of it. But I feel like this is the important part for as far as impact on the jurors, right? I feel like Maya and her brother and her dad's statements or their testimonies are the most impactful.
the time because I haven't been able to get proper therapy. I could be reading a paper, I could get to the bottom of the page and I have not absorbed a single thing. And I have to reread it like 3 times before I actually remember it.
That adds to the time you need to absorb material in school and so forth.
Yeah, it takes me a significant amount of time. Even though I'm smart, it's very difficult.
How does it affect your pleasure reading? Or do you do pleasure reading?
No, I don't even read anymore. I would like to because I do enjoy reading. I like learning.
Okay. Now, have you found any difficulty with talking about, strike that, have you kept up with
Criminal Med says, I feel the defense should hand them a check and start firing people, in my opinion. If they were operating on any level of sanity, that's what I would do. I would have just been like, you know what? At the very beginning, you know what? And then I would have went and did a deep investigation on everything, and I would have, heads would have rolled. But hey, we live in the upside down now, so people don't necessarily do things the way they should, right?
Some of your friends, people that you knew or know who have or had CRPS?
Well, I did.
Olive Sky, good to see you. Hey, can't stay, but showing love and support and leaving my DNA on that like. Thank you, Olive Sky. Just to let you know, Olive Sky, if you're still here, we're in the review process, so memberships are opening up soon. Let's see. Thank you, Beast, for dropping that. Trigger warning indeed. You did enjoy the last witness from today, Miss Darcy. I know. If I wasn't limited on time, we would probably go through everything. But like I said, anybody that's still interested in it has probably watched it already. And then others who watch this and want to go finish the trial from today definitely can go do that. But I just felt like I said, the victims in this are probably the most impactful statements we could go over at this point.
I did have one friend with CRPS, but she did pass away from it a year after my mom passed away.
Again, we raised the objection about discussing it.
I'm going to overrule that.
But that's yeah. Okay, good. So
And we also object on relevance.
Overrule the relevance.
So what effect then, and how are you doing right now, by the way, in terms of pain and symptoms?
I've had CRPS, since I got diagnosed with it, and it does fluctuate. I go through periods of time where it's better and then other times where it's worse. I think just with everything going on, it has been a little bit harder to cope with. The last week in particular has been a little bit more taxing than usual, and it's hard to make it through the day.
I was going to bring my daughter up and co-host with us on this one. She was thinking about coming up and giving some perspectives as a young lady going through that, like how she would feel. But, caught a little stage fright. She was, she was down for it. And then she was like, I don't know. But we're going to work on it. I feel like there's some cases that getting, a different perspective from somebody from a different age, like, especially in this case, would have been pretty interesting. But yeah, anyways, let's keep going.
As you sit here right now, though, is the first seeing you in here, how would you rank your pain on a 1 to 10 scale as you sit here right now?
Right now, I would say that it's probably a 7 or 8.
But you don't grimace, you don't?
No.
Okay. So now, in terms of symptoms, do you have any symptoms right now other than the pain?
Other than the pain, I have lesions and there's slight discoloration in my right leg exclusively.
Is that where it started? Is that where the CRPS originated?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Darzilla says they want to buy their way out of it with high-priced attorneys, not going to admit what the F they did. She needs to win this, and people need to be arrested. I feel you, Darzilla. Like, I wish people were locked up over this, because come on, let's face it, dude. There was child abuse and there was child SA, in my opinion. There's different levels of it. What she experienced is a grooming, like the whole 9. So I feel like people should be locked up on this one. Criminal Med says, love to have discussion what this means for everyone's hospital. This does affect you. I know. A lot of people should be concerned about this, really, but I don't think people really understand what it's all about, really. Essentially, some people see it, they hear the story, they think it's sad, but they don't see seriousness with what happened and the whole idea that this place is the gold standard and what other hospitals are striving to be, and they're nothing. Like, they're horrible. It is definitely serious. Thank you for dropping that, Bees. Yeah, I know she has lesions again now. I know. That's what I was saying last night on the live is they had brought it up when we were covering it yesterday, and I was like, damn, and I was so worried about this happening to her, like all this extra stress and trauma, and it's literally happening again. So she was right to try to hold off on proceeding with life until this was all over, because there was no way to try to live a normal life by going through this trial. Look what it's doing to her. Tell her you'll come hold her hand, Bees. I should have given her more prep time. I just do it. I kind of launched it on her, or the idea on her early. She likes to do TikToks and stuff, so she's not really that scared in front of the camera. She just wasn't sure what she was going to say. I told her, well, you don't have to say anything. I just ask you questions. Like, you don't have to come up with like your own ideas. I can just ask you questions and you can give us perspective of a little girl if you had to go through that. Maybe I can still get her up here. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll get her up here at some point. Maybe she'll do it. Yeah, let me see what else y'all saying. Gator Hater says, see her saying that about not grimacing, etc., but being in 7 to 8 pain level. I've lived at about 8 since 2010. When dogs, people don't understand how you learn to compensate for chronic pain. I don't. I get what you're saying there. I definitely do. She's tough as hell. That's part of the problem here. Is like the doctors can't comprehend that she's dealing with a level of pain and handling it better than most people can. So she's faking, right? Did I watch the Netflix show on it? I caught clips of it, but I approached this whole case and stuff in the trial kind of. I wanted to be unbiased, and I knew that show was more biased from Maya's angle. So I wanted to come in fresh, and I still ended up on Maya's side coming in fresh. You summoned my mom. Oh my Lord. Robin Dudley, welcome to the club. Thanks for being here. It's the first time I'm seeing you here. Learned about you from Dolly and good luck on Turtle Island. Thank you. I appreciate it. Criminal Med says they have to leave that house, in my opinion. Oh, most definitely. BM, thank you for dropping that, BM. Appreciate that. I'll take that as a segue to say, if you do donate, like I tell everybody, you guys leave your screen name so I can give you shout outs and put you on the donation wall. I give shout outs as the month goes in, right, for people that are donating that month. And at the end of the month, your name goes onto the donation wall that's on the lives. Every premium drop, it's on it for the first minute or so before we go live throughout the whole month. So I can give love back to the people that support the channel. Let's see what else y'all are saying. Yeah, see, that's how it is over here, Robin. Yeah, it's all good over here. We got a lot of love for everybody. We have great discussions, a lot of good times. Let me see it. Criminal said her life plan, though, was really sad to hear, and the fact that they don't see her really even starting improvement for years. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. And yes, if y'all smash that like, smash that share, get us out there. Yesterday, when y'all smashed the share on the live, we ended up with 5 new subscribers over one live. So, man, those shares, those live shares, while we're here doing the thing, they're massive for us, guys. Massive. Sweet. That's what you like. Well, that's what you get here. We don't do drama. People show up with drama in chat. They gone quick. Yeah, we keep it true crime over here. I might touch on some. If there's bad behavior in true crime, I'll touch on it a little bit, but we don't do the call outs, this, that. We just keep it chill. My brother, dude, you guys, this guy right here that just popped in chat. This is hands down one of my best dude. This is my best guy friend. Like this dude right here, been supporting your boy for years now, going through life in general. Much love, brother. Thank you for being here. Heck yeah. And I know that you had to make an account to drop in, and you went through the make an account for it. Thank you, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. That just made my day. See my boy drop in. Hell yeah. He says, if only he knew what his mom and I talked about. Because I know my mom. That's the problem. That's the problem, is I know my mom. So you making that comment right there, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. BM PayPal stalker lady. BM, did you do it again? BM's trying to hold records. I see what you're doing, BM. I see what you're doing. Did you do it, BM? BM, did you do it? Thank you, BM. BM, you have to 3-peat this month. You're coming up on a 3-peat. So next month alone, right now, you're a 3x already. Thank you so much. Y'all are too. You guys are the best, man. Let me see what all he's saying. Stony Stone. All I can say, bro, it put a different perspective on what I thought too, and it was all for the family. In my opinion, they should become billionaires, and they deserve every penny. I agree with you, Stony. I agree with you. You're so sweet, man. Thank you so much. So sweet. Heck yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so so far, like some of like my closest guy friends on this planet have dropped in this chat, and I love it, man. It's awesome because I think only one of them really is into true crime, but the rest of them be just showing up to show love and support, man. You always, man. It always does too. One of my boys is always keeping me up. You guys rock, man. Thank everybody for being here. All right, guys, I'll shut up. Let's get back into this video. Let's see. Criminal Met says this family should have good things and an island to boot. I agree with you. All right, cool. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and keep rolling.
And I'm still getting those monoclonic jerks.
Okay. Can you describe a little bit more for the jury what those involve?
So with the monoclonic jerks, it's completely involuntary. It could be from my foot to the top of my head. It's not a specific area that I just twitch in. So it's not really dependent on anything. It could be anywhere.
All right. So now, does this interfere with any aspects of your life? Strike that. Did this start? Strike that. When did this start? The monoclonic jerking.
I noticed it after Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital, and it's just progressively gotten worse.
Oh, stop the show. Miss Julie Dalek's in the house. B summoned her. Hey, Mom, how you doing? Happy Friday the 13th. Is it crazy in the hills?
And I did meet with my CRPS physician, Dr. Kirkpatrick, and he said that it's likely to get worse and worse.
Coach, on this, please.
Of course, that douchebag defense attorney has got to step in, and spread his slime around. I hate that dude. Let me see. Let me see what else y'all are saying, why they're sidebarring. All right. Looks like I'm caught up in chat. Man, I'm serious, you guys. This trial has got to be top 3 of trials that I've watched for sidebar and motions. Like, I've spent more time watching motions before the trial starts every day and sidebars than I have actually watching testimony. It's been exhausting, to be honest with y'all. That's why it's been such a huge help that Criminal Med's been like, anytime I haven't been able to cover this, she's been sending me the updates and the bullet points. Because, yeah, it's been something. Let's see what else y'all are saying. Darcy says, today my baby turned 29. Well, happy birthday to your baby. Happy birthday to your baby.
May continue, Mr. Anderson.
What I wanted to get at was when you have the CRPS pain or these lesions starting up, how frank are you with your family about them?
I don't want to worry my dad. I mean, he has enough on his plate. He's a single parent. And I mean, just being the father of 2 kids is hard enough. I mean, it would be even harder if one kid was really sick.
I know. Okay. So does Kyle worry about you too?
He does. And actually about when I broke my pinky, that was the last time he let me play football with him because he was so unbelievably scared that if I got hurt again, it would increase the chances of me being.
Bro, he's scared to even play with his sister. Like, this family is beyond traumatized. They're scared to breathe wrong, strain a rib. Like, my Lord, can you guys just imagine? Literally every move of your life, you're terrified that something's going to happen because one of you all might get medically incarcerated and taken away from your family. It's horrible.
Separated from my family.
And so these aggravated symptoms, and can you tell the jury, have your symptoms been aggravated by your stay at Johns Hopkins, if they've heard here?
I believe so. With the testimonies of the doctors, they relayed that when you interrupt treatment, it does increase the risk of it coming back.
Your Honor, we object. It's outside the foundation.
Overruled.
Yeah, I was done anyway.
All right. And then the circumstances you're in right now, ketamine worked for you before, but can you tell the jury why over this period of time since you got out of Johns Hopkins, and let's leave aside any legal, but just emotionally and from your own internal sources, why haven't you used the ketamine?
Well, besides the legal aspect of it, because I'm sure I can't get into that, but I mean, the stigma of ketamine in the medical industry for people who aren't familiar with CRPS has deterred me from seeking help again.
So basically, check it out. She has a drug that will work for her. I mean, it works miracles for her situation, right? but she won't take it because of the legal ramifications. You caught that part, right? Where more than likely, if she sought that treatment, there's got to be something that we don't know about where they're going to get in trouble for it. So she gets to suffer through this horrible condition with stuff that just doesn't do the same, and you can see it. It's literally wearing on her at her age. Look at her. You could tell she's supposed to be that age, but like you could see the wear on her, and that's from going through this shit without the proper medication. It's heartbreaking, man. Absolutely, yeah. Sweet Home Alabama, heartbreaking.
And does it cause you any worry that the wrong statement about it, the wrong request about it might cause this to happen?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Can you guys hear it all right? I got it maxed out.
Yeah.
All right. So with the increased stress you've been talking about, has it had any physical manifestations? Obviously the CRPS, but leaving aside the CRPS, and we'll get into the psychological, but leaving aside the CRPS, do you have any physical manifestations
Blue bees, blue, black. I like black and blue.
when you get stressed?
Yeah, so the insomnia, and then another thing is I do have atopic dermatitis. It was pretty well managed for the most part with ointments. It was never really bad, but I want to say within the last year, it got to be a serious problem. My skin was just disgusting. So I went to the dermatologist for that reason. Now I'm on a shot called Dupixent, and it's completely gone. But those shots are, expensive, and I have to take them every 2 weeks to keep my atopic dermatitis under control. And I just want to say the dermatologist said that it wasn't from environmental factors. It was from stress.
Sustained.
So then, plus, needles, right?
Yeah.
All right. I want to turn to the mental anguish.
Real quick, does anybody know, Stoney, you might know, does anybody know of an app I can download to this computer to boost the audio whenever we have low volume on a video like this? I'm hearing this video fine. And I'm also listening to it through my phone as well with the Bluetooth in the other ear. So I'm hearing it fine through both of my devices. But man, if I could find some way to boost that audio for us so we don't have this issue, that drives me crazy for some people that are hearing it low. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Let's see. Look at those eyes. I know, right? Kathy blinks. She looks tired. Poor girl. Let's see what else y'all are saying. I can hear, but I have that's the thing. I think it's like earbuds. I think some of these videos, if you don't have earbuds in, they're kind of. So see, some people say it sound all right. Some people say it's low. I think it just depends on what you're listening out of. But I still want to find something to boost the audio on things. Bees, Bees is, you something else, Bees. You're something else. Let me see. Darzilla says she has been through more at her age than most people will ever go through. She needs to be shown that people do believe her. Right? Man, let's keep going because I'm telling you, the testimony, it gets a little bit harder, guys. I'll be honest with you. Let's get into it. Let's get through this.
Segment of these damages. You talked a little bit about the sleeplessness, but I need to know, the jury needs to know more about the anxiety that you feel and what it's caused you in terms of.
Yeah, Stoney, all my stuff, my screens all the way up, everything's all the way up. I don't know what's up with it.
The mental, anguish, the mental pain.
I am quite fearful to even talk to anybody about my feelings. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell why, or because it's about the legal stuff, how it's been like subpoenaed.
Let's stay away from
Okay,
right
but
now.
I'm afraid to talk about that because, but then in the past at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital, I met with Dr. Lewis, who conducted a neuropsych exam, and he wrote down things that I did not say. So now whenever I go to a mental health professional, I'm scared that what their notes are actually not true with what I'm saying.
Has it been hard for you to establish a bond with physicians and therapists?
Certainly, it's scary.
Well, what about Dr. Henschke? Did she help?
She did. I really liked her, but it did take me a few sessions to warm up to her. But I would like to see her in the future if at all possible.
And do you have any fears that whatever you put in records may end up in one of these places?
Your Honor, we object to this trial.
Sustained.
So tell me also about going into a medical facility. Have you had any experiences lately that you can tell us about where you've had to go in?
I know, well, with the Arnold Palmer experience, there was like extra precautions that we took not only as a family, but we informed our physician. So every single time I go to a doctor's office or hospital, it's quite frightening. There was actually one time I had a pretty bad cold, so I went to urgent care. But again, I waited like 4 days. And when I went into the examination room, he, it's like standard that you listen to the heartbeat. He asked me, "Why is your heart going so fast?" And it's
Bees, you too much, Bees. You know I like that song, Bees. It's a damn good song.
even scary to talk about, but I just told him I have anxiety when coming into,
Here's the-
I'm going to overrule on that one.
that I just have anxiety going into those places.
Now,
I'm sorry you going through that, Kathy Blanks. Man, seems like a lot of families got that struggle. A lot of us.
with, we'll get into the activities in the next section, but
That's the biggest thing, honestly. Criminal med, I've kept going back to that too, is do no harm, right? Like that's essentially at the core of this is do no harm. And they did a lot of harm. A lot.
kind of dumb question. How often do you think about your mom?
I think about her every single day. I mean, there's reminders all around. Anyone with blonde hair, I think of my mom. Anyone with glasses, I think of my mom. Certain colors she liked. Like Kyle said, perfumes. When I am at the mall and I walk by Victoria's Secret, I think of her because she loved going in there. Or like Telbots. I don't know, I see her everywhere, and it's a blessing, but also a curse. It's nice to be reminded of her, but it's hard.
And have you seen photographs of your mother when she was your age?
I did, yeah.
Does she look a lot like you?
Mhm.
So have you had any concerns about, as you grow older, looking in the mirror and seeing?
Yeah, it's harder. I mean, everyone when I was younger told me that I looked just like her. And for some reason, I never saw it. But after she passed, every time I looked in the mirror, I myself was a reminder of my mom.
So then you have chronic depression.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Okay. Now,
Can you imagine that, y'all? Can you just imagine what she just said? Like literally, now when she looks in the mirror, she sees her mom. It's like literally everything in her life reminds her of certain traumas and tragedy. But literally to think, this little girl's got to look in the mirror at herself, and she looks so much like her mom when her mom was young that like literally that's instantly what she sees is her mom. I mean, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, but at the same time, in the context of what she's dealing with, it's devastating. At the same time, it's
is there any way
Man.
that you could differentiate between days when it's depression that's keeping you from doing the things you want versus days that the CRPS aggravation is keeping you from doing things you want to do?
I mean, the way to distinguish it would just be by asking. I don't think by looking at a person, you could really tell what's contributing to the fact why they don't want to do anything.
Mhm.
So with the CRPS pain, it's just if I'm hurting too bad that day or doing certain movements are too difficult and I can't go to the gym, I'll stay at home and I do just lay in bed. But then there's the depression, which is, I would say most of my depression would be revolving around my mom's death and then being taken away and being held at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. And I constantly think about those 3.5 months.
yeah. Darzilla says she needs her mom, and in my opinion, they took her mother from her too. That's essentially like, right? The core of it is do no harm. So literally, they did all the medical harm possible. She walked into the place and had to be wheelchaired out. Then on top of that, what they did to their family in general with kidnapping her essentially, right? And treating her mom like a criminal to the point where her mom's only choice was to unalive herself so her daughter could get out of the hospital in her mind, right? So not only did the hospital destroy this little girl in the hospital, they destroyed this little girl's whole life outside the hospital in a way that her whole life will be a constant trigger for her condition. It's like it's a vicious cycle she's going to live with for the rest of her life. And we can only pray that through counseling she can get better and deal with these traumas to where it doesn't trigger her as bad. But literally, this hospital, they took her whole life away from her on every aspect of it. It's so devastating.
Does it have any effect when you see someone that looks like Miss Beatty or some of those nurses?
Yeah, this is kind of embarrassing, but I did work as a server, and I was fine working there for most of
Was
it.
it
I would
Cracker
say,
Barrel?
yeah, Cracker Barrel.
How long did
And
you work there, Joel?
not long. It was a very
Weeks
short
or
time.
months?
It was like maybe 2 months ish around there. It was a couple of months, but it was short compared to what most of my peers do. But I was serving this one table, and I was looking at my little notebook. And when I looked up to listen to her order, the lady looked 1-to-1 with Kathy Beatty. And I felt so bad, but I just stared at her and I probably made her feel so bad, but I was so scared.
And so running into people that may look like some of the people that bothered you there.
Bro, she can't even run into people that look like these demons without having trauma and breaking out. And she's literally at work. She can't even... This is so messed up, man. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I can't wait for this trial to be over because this has been an emotional one. This is right up there with some of like the little kid ones, man, where children are involved. This one's been bad. It's been. I mean, she was a kid, right, when this happened. So yeah, we're seeing her as a teenager now, a little bit older, but she was a little girl, man. She was a little baby, man.
Yeah,
How does that affect your desire to want to go out and do things?
it's hard because, I mean, I'm a teenager, so I like to go out with my friends.
No, Julie Duck, I'm not ghosting you guys. I see you guys give me a hard time in chat. I just don't have enough time to sidetrack. I got to get this live in, and I got to take my baby girl to dinner tonight. You know what I mean? And then I got to come back for a game show. So I'm not just ignoring y'all. I see you guys' comments. You guys know I see your comments, man. You and bees are something else. You know, you're something else.
But at the same time, I avoid a lot of things, and I've never told anyone about what happened to me until, now it's pretty public, but, none of my friends knew. So they probably just thought I was weird or being like dramatic. But in reality, I just have really bad PTSD.
Yes. Teenage girls sometimes can be a little hard. So now, does it affect you in terms of wanting to go out and, well, just go out of the house or out of, I guess you have a boyfriend now and his house is
Yes.
nearby?
Mhm.
How does that work?
So I go to his house a lot most of the time, and we used to go out like downtown Sarasota, but there was actually another instance when we were walking past a restaurant and there's a nice outdoor patio and people were dancing to live music, and I could have sworn one of the people dancing was Kathy, and I completely panicked. And it's just so embarrassing because, like, if this continues to be a problem, I'm just afraid that people won't want to be around me or he'll break up with me.
Yo, my Lord. That hurt my heart right now, y'all. That one hurt my heart. Scared that people won't want to hang out with me or he'll break out with me because I have this trauma that I'm living with. Bro, that hurt my heart, y'all. This poor little girl. This poor baby girl. Absolutely devastating. Oh, there's our man. What's up, Roger? Good to see you. Roger says, honestly, I was unaware of this case until recently, but hearing her story, it pisses me off, and I hope they win this trial. Me too, brother. Me too. I'm right there with you. I'm ready for it to be over. I'm ready for them to win because I'm tired of wanting to reach through a freaking computer screen and smack the shit out of somebody, to be honest. Gator Hater says, just being a normal teenager in today's society is hard enough, let alone adding in all of her trauma just breaks my heart for her and her brother. I'm worried about her. I'll be honest with y'all. I'm more worried about her brother than I'm worried about her. I'm worried about her, obviously. But, like, dude, I'm really worried about her little brother. TLC of me says she definitely needs years of counseling to cope. She's probably going to need a lifetime of it, honestly, to be 100. Probably need a lifetime of it.
And that probably makes you, if there's a decision to go out with when you already don't feel so hot.
B says she is so damaged. I just want to hug her and never let go. For real, man. As a father, it's like you just want to wrap your arms around them kids. And I mean, even the dad last night, watching her dad shake, getting that water during his testimony, both times that he took a drink of water, shaking. I did, man. I just wanted to hug that man. Oh, I feel so bad for that whole damn family.
Physically, that add to it?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Okay. And so would you say then, Maya, in this area that before this, would you describe yourself as already being really quiet and kind of down, or did you have a different view or neutral view? What's the change?
Before, I was very optimistic and really positive. I was very outgoing and I love talking to people. But I think now it's just easier for me to be kind of neutral or negative about things, and then I don't get disappointed.
Let me see. Criminal said they estimate minimum 2 to 3 times per week for the rest of her life. Counseling, right? Oh my Lord. That's insane. Oh, that's for bees, my bad. Let's see. This poor family, Hindsight says, this poor family been through hell. God bless their future. Miss Hindsight, it's good to see you on this beautiful Friday night. And I agree with you. Mama Chill Bell, good to see you. Good to see you. She says, hey, TRPP and chat family, good to see y'all. I definitely feel for this girl. I couldn't imagine going through all of this. Right. I couldn't either. I was trying to put myself in the father's shoes, and I'm just like, I don't even know how this man's alive right now. How he isn't just like died of a broken heart and just stopped existing altogether. Yeah, medical bullying that's putting it lightly too. Pat Gaines putting it lightly for sure.
And do you have any flashbacks to certain incidents there where you were reliving them?
All the time. I mean, there's like little things as well that people might think are silly, but are so significant to me. Like unscented hand sanitizer. I can't. I refuse. I will not put it on my hands. It just reminds me of John Hopkins, because all the doctors before they come in, one of the first things they do before even saying hi is they clean their hands with the unscented hand sanitizer. My bed sheets at home, they used to be white, and I don't know if you've ever stayed at a hospital, but the bed sheets are white, so I changed them to pink. Foods. So I remember almost every day I ordered like the same thing, because I'm a very picky eater and they didn't have a lot of options on the menu. So I don't really eat cereal anymore because that's what I had for breakfast. And then for lunch, I'd always have a grilled cheese. I can't eat grilled cheeses anymore without getting sad. And then for dinner, I would have spaghetti noodles. And now when I go to restaurants, if I order spaghetti, I always have to get a different shape. That way I'm not reminded. And then certain colors. So Kathy Beatty always wore dark purple, and to this day, I refuse. I will not wear dark purple, and anyone wearing dark purple, I naturally tend to stay away from. And I swear I'm not trying to be mean. It's just, to me, it's protecting myself. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I only wear silver jewelry, and that's because Kathy Beatty exclusively wore gold. So it's almost like everything she did, I have to do the opposite.
Okay, Crime News. Hi, y'all. Dropping in to say hi. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in and saying hi on this beautiful Friday. Let's see what else y'all saying. Well, I discussed what they did to this family, and still here just ordering food with mama. Right on, Stony Stone. Let's see what else y'all saying. All right, cool. Dang, yo, mom's got a crew with her now. I've been seeing you, Miss Julie Delk, hanging out in all the chat rooms that I usually hang out in. What is going on, yo? Still in my territory. I'm just playing, Mom. I'm happy having a good time out in these YouTube streets. Just gotta watch it. It gets wild out here. You gotta watch where you show up.
It reminds me now, one of the jurors had a question after your last about, I think it was creature comforts.
Right.
Did you want to clarify that at all?
Yes, so I apologize. I didn't understand the definition of creature comforts. I assumed it was stuffed animals, but I've since learned what it meant. And no, when I was staying there, it definitely felt more so a hostile environment rather than a comforting one. There wasn't, much treatment for me. Even with brushing my hair, it was so bad that my Aunt Wendy had to cut some of it off because it was matted. And then with brushing my teeth, it sounds disgusting, but without assistance, I went days without being able to brush my teeth.
Dude, not even proper hygiene. Like this little. I hate these people, man. I know you're not supposed to hate people, but I hate these people. These people are not good people. They're just not. Roger Lynn says, your mom is popular. It seems to be that way, Roger Lynn. She be, like I said, man, she's hitting all the chat rooms I'm usually in. I'll be floating through just to see what everybody's up to. And I'm like, damn, man, my mom's everywhere. Let's see what else y'all are saying. Welcome to all coming in. Please hit that like. Yes, indeed. Please hit that like. And if you guys weren't here earlier when I announced the big news, we are currently in review. The channel is currently in review for monetization of memberships. It's finally, we finally in review stage, baby. We did it, y'all. It's Tommy's mom. Yeah, there we go. I like it. TVB, you got mom's back. You guys be rolling together deep in them chat rooms, bees. I know you ladies will keep her informed how these YouTube streets go. I know there's some nuances on how to move out here, so I know you guys will take care of her. I know she's in good hands, for sure. Because I've seen how all you ladies operate and all you gentlemen operate that actually show up here. That's why I'm so happy with this community, because it seems like all the best people I've seen in all the chat rooms I roll through, those are the people that are here. So, mom, you in good hands. Have fun. Darcy says they made sure she had no dignity left. Absolutely. they did this little girl. So they did her worse than a prisoner. I keep saying she was medically incarcerated, but I mean, when you're incarcerated, usually you're treated better than what she got treated. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Pat says, can't wait to be a member on your channel. I can't wait either, Pat Gates. I can't wait either. See you later. See the whole squad. The whole squad of the true crime family got your back. Damn, that makes me feel good. Because I'll be honest with you guys. You know, I know how to deal with the YouTube stuff, but I honestly was a little bit apprehensive of, I mean, she's a grown-ass woman. My mom can do whatever she wants, right? But I was worried about her getting into the true crime and like actually hanging out in the communities because of how it can be, how vicious people could be. So I was worried about that. But seeing her hang out with y'all, with the people she does hang out with, it makes me feel a lot better about it. Let's see. Criminal Mess said they undressed and photographed this child with no reason or authority. Then that's the reason I say this child was SA'd. Like that's basically, she was SA'd. She was. That's what it is. And they couldn't bring that part into court. And it pisses me off. Mama Chelbell says we got Mama's back. Heck yeah. Which one of these lovely ladies is your mother, bro? Julie Delk is my mom. Julie Delk. Miss Julie Delk. See you later says Gitmo prisoners get treated better. That's no lie. That's no lie. And they get good hydration there too, right? Bad joke. I know. Bad joke, right? It was a waterboarding joke. I know, guys. It was a bad joke. Or was it? I know some of y'all were laughing. Admit it. Some of you guys were laughing on that one. Let's see. Criminal Med. I'm Forrest's mom. I know. Criminal Med. Let's see. B said, your mom and I have been talking all day, and it was all about you. Is that why my ears was ringing at one point today? Y'all talking about me? Talking about how you're going to come on and take my stream over and chat like y'all do? Let me tell you, brother, I can't tell you you're lying, and neither can anybody else with the heart and understands. I heard that understands 100. Man, I like you, Stoney. You good dude. Yep. And that's that's straight up SA, guys. That is SA. What Criminal Media just said, oh yeah, Kathy kissed her and put her in her lap. Multiple times put her in her lap. Multiple times. That's SA, guys. That Kathy lady was grooming Maya. 100% grooming. Yeah, Miss Julie Dope. Stony Stone saying hi to you. Stony Stone's our celebrity here right now. He'll find you under some damn water if you're in a car. 100. Man, investigates, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for being here on this beautiful Friday night. Oh my Lord, y'all rolling in. Jeannie Ange. We have to get to that 50, guys. Make sure you hit that like. Heck yeah, guys. Hit that like for your boy. Where we at? Let me check real quick. I'm gonna jump back over here and check the old analytics. It says we're at 35 likes right now, guys. We could get it to 50. Come on, man. We could get it to 50. The bees ain't lying. You guys are trouble, Mom. You guys are trouble. Let's see what else. All right, I'm cut back up the chat. Let's keep rolling on this testimony.
I need to ask you then, insofar as some relapses about the incidents. First, during that first week, you were there. Did you?
Oh, wait up. Let me. Just in case you don't know, for people that just rolled in, Jeannie Ange, man, I'm not sure, Jeannie Ange, I know you might have been here in the bushes for a while already, but you guys, I'm in review right now. The channel's in review. So monetization memberships, we in review process right now. I literally filled it out, pushed send for the review 10 seconds before we went live today. So waiting for that good news to finally come through, guys. I'm excited. And you guys will know the moment it happens, because I don't know, it might be 2 a.m. in the morning when I get that notification that we got the green light on it, and I'm going live. The moment we get the green light, I'm going live, y'all. For real. Yes, Jeannie Ange. We've been grinding hard on them hours. I mean, I literally have two guys. I've been doing it myself. I've been running devices myself, dude. So I appreciate it. Oh man, so much love in this community.
You make it plain to the Johns Hopkins people around you that you wanted out of there? You wanted to be away from that place.
It was so obvious. I don't think you could mistake what I was saying for wanting to stay there. I wanted out, and I made that clear. I told everyone and anybody who walked in my room, whether it was the person delivering food, whether it was rec workers, nurses, doctors, yeah, anyone entering my room knew I wanted out.
What about the period where they had you in that room for 48 hours? Did you let people know?
Heck yeah, man. And it's not so much the monetization part of it, right? It's the fact that with memberships, I get to do cool things for, you know, members and people that are like seriously want to be a part of this community. So this is huge for me. And then like think about it too, all the cool things that we would want to like do for videos, lives, members only type stuff that is better suited for behind a paywall to keep the haters out, or at least make the haters pay if they want to come hate. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of good things, man. So much cool things I got planned for it. And the different tiers, I got some stuff planned, y'all. I'm so excited.
No, even during that 48 hours, whether you wanted to be in there or outside?
I did not want to be kept in a room all the time. I mean, even though I'm in a wheelchair and I can't walk, it doesn't mean I want to stay put. I'm still a kid. I want to explore and I want to do things.
Do you remember any incidents where you asked whether you could leave to go play with a kid or play in the rec room?
I never really asked to play with a kid because I knew their answer would be no, but I did ask to go to the rec room quite often.
Just because.
Criminal Nut says all of the first week activity was done without authority. Yep, it was 100%. Thank you, brother. I mean, you've been there ground floor. You listen to me come up with the whole idea of doing what I'm doing right now, brother. I appreciate the support because you were literally one of the few people in my real life that I see on a daily that was like, do it, bro. Do it. Like, you know, bro, how much I appreciate you. Let's see. Members is cool indeed, man. It is going to be dope. Let's see. The food guy should have put her in his cart. I agree with you, Criminal. They just wheeled her on out. Let's see. Stoney says, I hope you get it ASAP, bro. Some people wait a long, long time, but I see no reason why you should have to wait. You don't say or do nothing. I know. I try to keep, within those guidelines. You know what I mean? Now, once we start double streaming, once we start streaming over to Rumble, lives we're still going to be YouTube friendly, but we're going to have some more lives that'll happen over on Rumble so I can get into some topics, you know what I mean, that correlate with true crime, but you can't really talk about on the YouTube streets, you know what I'm saying? Stoney, you know what I'm saying. Let's see what else y'all are saying. Okay, looks like I'm caught up.
Because you were sitting there for 48 hours.
Yes.
42, whatever it was. And then the event where on January 6th you were held and disrobed. Did you let them know, Kathy Beatty and the other nurse there, know you wanted away from them and out of there?
Yes, I was crying my eyes out. I mean, again, you can't mistake that at all. There's no excuse.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, I don't know if I asked it on the other thing, but were you actually ever naked in front of them, either top or bottom or both?
Yes, so during the changing process, in the set of photos, you could see two different training bras. So I did change out of that, and Kathy did see me naked at times.
And how did that make you feel based on the way you just are about that?
Disgusting and violated.
Okay. Now, you said that your mom is always with you, and now we need to talk a little bit about your mom's death.
I got you, Mom. I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. I'll pay for it.
And the first thing I want to ask is, you heard the rest of your family's testimony, but what are the things with her being gone that you really liked to do family-wise that you don't anymore?
Well, at least 3 times a week, my family found time to sit down and watch our favorite shows. Being from Chicago, it's kind of funny, but we watched Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, and Chicago PD. So every week, there was one day of the week where a new episode would come out, and that was just bonding time.
And what about
Stoney, that's how my boy is. He's had like, I don't know, 3 or 4 channels like that where he's had just a ton of subscribers. And then, you say the wrong thing or get a little too into certain things that YouTube don't like, and you done.
hair and makeup?
Yeah, my mom, she did my hair and makeup.
Darcy says, what are you talking about, Rumble? You're going to make us old ladies try and figure out another platform? No, Miss Darcy, the content on this channel will not change. I'm just talking about, there's other things that I'm into that other people are also into that isn't true crime related at all, that kind of can still correlate with true crime, I guess, per se, in some instances. So that type of content I'll do over on Rumble to keep myself safe, because Rumble is like a true free speech platform. My mom's on it. Mom, Julie Doak's on Rumble. She'll tell you guys it's a good backup place to have your platform, because if you ever get in the bad graces of YouTube, then you have somewhere to go. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what else you're saying. All right, cool. Let's keep rolling, guys.
Up for ice skating competitions. When I was in Illinois, I was on the competitive team, so that meant I got to travel, and I really cherish that because those were the only solo trips I ever got to go on with my mom.
So,
right there you guys go. So that's the thing is I have a second channel on YouTube. I was going to turn it to like just an open topic channel where I just do an unfiltered channel, where it's my unfiltered channel. But then I was like, I'm still going to end up talking about things that could get me in trouble on YouTube. That makes no sense to do a second channel and cover those topics when I could just link this channel, stream all the same stuff I stream on this channel to Rumble at the same time, and then do some extra lives over on Rumble where I could really talk about content that'll get me in trouble on YouTube. I'm by no means is it going to take away from this channel what we got going on here. It's just going to be a little extra added stuff, because your boy likes politics. I like to get in geopolitics. I like to talk about social stuff. There's a lot of things. I like to talk about MMA. So there's a lot of stuff I'd like to react to that isn't true crime. So that's what it is. So don't think I'm gonna be slacking over here. This is first and foremost. Darcy says, is it friendly to use? Honestly, Miss Darcy, I feel like Rumble's pretty damn easy to use. And the cool thing about Rumble is you don't have to have like a premium account. Say like you listen to YouTube on your phone, you have to have YouTube Premium to be able to turn your phone like off, to turn the page off and still hear it, right? Well, with Rumble, you get that option like straight out the gate on your phone, so you don't have to have like any premium. It's really dope. It's a good platform. It's honestly a lot of big influencers from different genres are going from their YouTube, Kick, all those platforms over to Rumble right now because of the free speech. And they don't want to lose monetization, right? You gotta have a backup. Let's get ready to Rumble. And like I said, guys, that'll be a slow process, and I'll keep you informed on how it goes. And I'll literally make videos on I'll walk you through on how to do it all too. And by no means do I feel like everybody from YouTube wants to go over to Rumble and do that. It's just gonna be a little extra something for the people that are here that I've seen. I know I got some people over here in my true crime community that are into some politics, geopolitics, all that type of stuff. I seen that too, because I seen you ask him to give me a hug when he sees me like 5-6 days a week. Sometimes it's 6 days a week, depending on what he's got popping. But yeah, you see, that's why my mom's over there. Miss Julie Delk love her some politics. Don't even get her started. Let's see. Stoney says, yeah, I like November 22, 1963. Oswald did not do it. In fact, I got videos to prove it. I'm with you, Stoney. Me and you get along real well over on Rumble, talking about some stuff. I can tell right now. We get in trouble on YouTube, though. I gotta tell you right now, me and you get in some trouble on YouTube. That's for dang sure. Heck yeah. All right, guys. All right, let's keep rolling. Oh, Gator Hater, you're right. They don't have they don't. I guess I always catch everything live over there, so I haven't really checked the live chat playback. So I guess you might be right on that. But that's the only downfall to it, right?
Are there certain phrases that your mom used that you either no longer use, or I hate this word, but trigger you?
Yeah, there was a couple, and I mean, when I hear other people say them, I smile a little bit, but it hurts just because I wish it was coming from her mouth. And then Polish accents, it's just, they're so like comforting to me, but at the same time, like my mom sounded the same way.
And again, was this the first time you heard that your grandfather was part of Solidarity?
Yes, yeah.
How'd that make you feel in terms of wanting to go back and learn more about your family in Poland?
I definitely want to go back to Poland. I wish I could go with my mom, but.
So now, this was an important period in your life, I guess, from 10 to where you are now. If you had personal issues, a girl growing up, how did it affect you that you didn't have your mom around?
It was very hard because I think when young girls are going through those changes, it's even uncomfortable to talk to other girls about it because it's all new. So typically they talk to their mom, and I had YouTube, so that was it.
So
Stony, man, bro. People have no clue about the real story behind all that stuff, Stony. I'm telling you right now, me and you have some great conversations. It sounds like you up on a lot of the information that I'm up on. People have no clue the real deal behind that situation.
were you around other girls when they would talking to their moms about issues?
Yes, I had a lot of girlfriends, and it's hard because it's so beautiful seeing them have such a good relationship with their mom, but I get jealous.
I know. So now with these conversations that you used to have with your mom, what happens when friends of yours or just girls that you know from around start having conversations about going shopping and things with their moms?
Heck yeah, 45 likes, guys. We're almost there. 5 more likes, guys. We hit that 50. We can start hitting them 50s like that on every one of these likes. The algorithm says, I like you. I'm going to go ahead and put you out there. I'm going to let people know. That's how it works, guys, for sure.
It makes me very emotional, but typically I'm very good at hiding my emotions. It sounds mean, but sometimes I get distant from them. Like I won't want to hang out with them as much anymore.
Perfectly normal. So now, are you still in the same bedroom you were in when your mom was there?
Yes.
Dude, they have to move. They have to move, guys. There's no way to start even the healing process being in a constant trauma trap, basically. It's horrible.
What about that, if anything, is that a dumb question, but how is that a problem?
It is a problem. I've changed my room so much. I've gotten a new bed, new sheets like I talked about. My dad has painted it a different color, and he's decorated it a little bit for me. But it's hard because the memories I do have of my mom, even though they're limited, I remember just laying in bed with her, and the nights when I was in pain, like screaming and crying. She obviously had work, but she would always get into bed with me and sit right next to me, try to calm me down. And she always had her laptop so she could do her work.
Just to be next to you. Now, while we're on that topic, I wanted to ask you about conversations with your mom while you were in the hospital at Johns Hopkins. And from the first that you went in, as time went on, what, if any, changes did you notice in your mom's voice and, if you will, approach to you?
Right. So I was granted phone call privileges with my mom at certain times, and I was very grateful for that. But you could just, when you know somebody, like you could hear when they're struggling.
Sorry.
This poor girl. I mean, guys, literally, even with counseling 3 days a week, is she ever going to have a normal life? No.
Water good. So during these periods of time, and I really want to go from the conversations when you first were in there and then on as we get close to the time that your mom passed.
At first, the conversations were, I would say, pretty good. I wasn't allowed to talk about certain things, and she wasn't either. And you could kind of hear that in the audio recordings because she's either redirected or she pauses and has to rethink about what she's going to ask. And there's so many little filler questions because even though we couldn't talk about important things, just being able to talk was enough for me. But as time went on, you could just tell she couldn't think of any more things to talk about, and she was desperate to know how I was doing. And she probably heard too, in my voice, that I was in pain and I was suffering. And it just got really difficult as we went on, and I could just tell she was falling apart.
Did it seem to you that her stress was increasing over this period of time?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you could hear it in her tone.
And these stilted conversations, could you still tell, though? And if so, how could you, that she was getting more and more deeply into wherever she was going?
She does this thing where she'll, in a way, sigh talk. And when she does that, it's out of desperation, or if she feels out of control in a way, she doesn't have control over the situation, what she could talk about, and depression. You could just tell she was just so hopeless.
What about, now you're a 10-year-old girl at this point. How did you have mixed feelings about even letting your mom know about what was happening to you?
Yeah, I did.
And why? Why would it bother you to tell her to the extent you could tell her?
Well, obviously, you don't want to worry your parent, and she's always been the one to take initiative with taking care of my health because that was her expertise. So you're telling somebody like, hey, I'm hurting, but you can't do anything about it. You're far away from me, first off, and you know that the hospital workers aren't doing anything about it.
Your Honor, respectfully,
Sure.
I really hate this dude, man. I really, really don't like this guy. Come on. Let's
And
check
there was
right up. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Work with me, computer. There we go.
In November.
Roger Lane, that's the, I mean, I know it's like an open question, a loaded question on that poll. I'm voting yes both ways. Well, I'm voting yes because one, I want her to win, and then two, I guess I just have hope, too much hope, to think that they're going to lose, and I'm going to stay with that. Even if they do, I'm going to stick with that. That's where I'm at right now with this. So I know some people vote yes, some people vote no, based on either what they think is really going to happen or what they want to happen. So I know it's a loaded question, right? But I figured I'd drop it because I like to see where people are at the beginning of the lives till the end. Kind of changes sometimes.
If you can recall back, were there calls where Kathy Beatty was interrupting you and your mom's calls?
constantly.
Two more, guys. Two more likes to hit that 50. And guess what? I just looked at our subscriber count. We're at 799. We're about to hit 800. If you guys could share the live, I'm telling you, those shares are huge. Massive. They do massive things. They bring in people for us. The algorithm loves those live shares, live stream shares. It's where it's at.
How did that affect your ability to communicate with your mom and your mom with you?
Well, it made it very difficult. There were so many restrictions as is about what we could say and what we couldn't say. And then you have,
Your Honor, I respectfully submit objection.
Overruled. He qualified by a date.
and then there was a person sitting right next to me who's making funny faces and acting childish when I'm having this special time with my mom.
Thank you, Bees.
Kathy,
Can you imagine that? Like sitting there, you in this traumatic situation, and this lady is supposed to be professional, helping you, like taking care of you, is sitting there smirking, acting like a freaking little spoiled ass brat teenager. Like, what?
she could just talk to her mom whenever she wants. She could pick up the phone. But with me, I only got to talk to my mom when Kathy was present, and she made a fool of herself when I was on the phone with my mom.
Thank you, Jeannie Ann, for sharing it. Appreciate everybody for sharing it. Like I said, I know it's a little extra work to share. I get it. I understand. But man, it does big things for the channel, guys. I promise.
There is testimony in the record about you being told that your mom was in a mental hospital during this period of time. Do you recall that?
I do.
As you sit here today, can you tell the jury how being told these things about your mom, especially now your mom is gone, how that affects you in everyday life?
So when I was in the hospital, I was told that she was in a mental institution, and that's one of the reasons I couldn't see her. So the first thing I'm thinking is, why in the world would she be in a mental institution? You know, she's not mentally ill. She doesn't have anything wrong with her, and she hasn't done anything to our family. So it really did not make sense. When I was allowed to visit with my dad, I asked him, and he looked at me like, what are you talking about? And that's when I started to realize most of the things that these doctors were telling me were false.
Does that, again, give you difficulty in certain situations, trusting what someone is telling you?
All the time.
Suspicion, in other words.
Yes, I really don't trust people.
So now on this, the post-traumatic aspect of things, I testified before of certain places that bother you, but can you tell us a little bit more about just random things that bring back these feelings, these memories, these concerns? Like,
Yeah, so I mean, the most obvious one is St. Pete. And I didn't always, not like going to St. Pete. I actually went there with my mom quite a bit when I was staying at the Ronald McDonald House for.
Bees, you shared my channel with 12 people yesterday? Bees, you really trying to earn some brownie points, Bees. You are. Gator Hater, you shared? Thank you. I appreciate that. Man, I'm telling you guys, I wouldn't ask for it if it didn't work so much, but those live stream shares work amazing. They're huge. Sea Glass and Rocks. Good to see you. Is this the first time you've been here? I know I've seen you other places, but welcome. Scott, good to see you, Scott. Appreciate the guys. Thank you for hitting that share, man. Thank you so much. Seriously, it does. It helps so much. Heck yeah. You guys rock, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Easier access to get to my infusion center. My mom and I would go downtown St. Pete, and she'd wheel me around. And there was this one gelato spot that we always went to, Pichugo Gelato. She always got coffee. That was her favorite. And we would just sit and have a good time. Even though I was hurting, we still found time together and to make good memories. And now the fear of running into somebody at places in St. Pete is greater than the potential joy I may derive from revisiting those places that I used to spend time with my mom at.
I want to just mention some things. I don't want to take you back there. Okay. So this,
Mhm.
I'm just going to beeping noises.
Yeah, so beeping noises are kind of like all around us. So when, you don't buckle your seatbelt, the little beeping noise goes off. Or if I'm backing up my car, the beeping noise. When I was at school, when I was going to school physically, the alarm in between periods. But those prolonged, rhythmic beeping noises really bother me because in a hospital, that's all you hear.
Sea Glass of Rocks. Thank you. Thank you for leaving that DNA on the button. I appreciate you.
24/7. So in a way, the whole entire
Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Thank you so much for the shares and the likes. We're at one more. Ginny Edge, one more for that 50 mark. Heck yeah, guys. Hopefully by the end of this live, which, like I said, ain't going to be crazy long tonight, we hit that 50 mark and we should break 800 subs. I'm thinking with those shares, we should bring in at least one more subscriber. I'm hoping. We'll see.
world in which I walk in, there's always going to be reminders, and it's hard because right now I could walk outside and I could point out 15 things that remind me of what I went through.
What about picking up a clock?
Oh my gosh. When I was in the PICU, that's all I looked at was the clock. It was right at a little bit above eye level, and that's all.
Moto Mom, good to see you, Moto Mom. Happy Friday the 13th. Best place to be right here, though. Come on.
All I did was stare at that clock, and I was just waiting and begging, okay, this is what I did. So after it would reach 2 o'clock, for example, I would say just 1 more hour, you could do it. And then 3.
Sweet home Alabama, thank you. Lurking in the bushes, but at least you shared. Appreciate you.
I just thought that eventually I would reach an hour where they would tell me I could go home, but it didn't happen for 3.5 months after that.
And because you were 10, you really didn't have the emotional development yet to.
Jeannie Ann says 50. We hit 50, guys. Thank you for smashing that like button. But she said, going back, the bushes. Love you guys. Love you too, Jeannie. Thank you, ma'am.
To deal with this.
Correct.
What about people in scrubs? I have random notes here, so I'm going to just say things.
Yeah, so people.
Brother, I appreciate that too. You guys, my boy, he didn't even share a live. He literally just shared my whole page to Facebook. And this guy knows some people. He knows some people. So that definitely had to help us get up to that 799. So I really feel like, guys, we're going to break that 800. I can feel it.
Work in hospitals, doctors' offices, whatever. And after work, they might go to the grocery store, or they might walk their dog, or they might go to, Sephora or the mall. And whenever I see people in scrubs, I'm afraid of you. I will not go near you. I don't know. I just can't do it.
What about, maybe I covered this, public bathrooms trying to.
Yes.
Dude, women in scrubs, they traumatized me too. It's a long story I might tell one day. But I feel their pain about the scrubs. I really do. Guys. I'm not playing. It's real trauma.
So this is a more awkward thing to talk about, but when I was staying at J Hatch, they would always have the door open whenever I was using the restroom. So I have a hard time in public bathrooms knowing that somebody may be waiting for a stall, or if someone is in the stall next to me, I get really nervous because it just reminds me of the nurses who were watching me urinate and use the restroom.
So then, what about just everywhere? Do you
see? Mom knows I got scrub trauma. I got scrubs trauma for real. Mom knows about it. It's from, oh my Lord, not just one source either, unfortunately.
Is there anywhere you feel safe, Maya?
No, and not even my own home. And for a lot of people, that's where they go to relax. And it's not anything that, within the home.
No bees. I know you don't wear scrubs. You wear a beekeeper's suit. That's all. That's, in my opinion, that's way more attractive than scrubs at this point with what I've been through. I'm just saying, I feel Maya's pain. I feel her pain.
It's just the fact that we've lived through so much, and during that time we were staying at the house we are still in.
Are you voting to move or not move?
Oh, move. Yes, I would love to move.
All right. So this takes us now to future plans. And back when we first talked, we talked a little bit about college, right?
Yes.
And we talked about some places.
Sam, Sam, you're too funny. I don't want no scrubs. My daughters, believe it or not, my daughters love that song. My daughters love that song, believe it or not. Them young ass girls know that song and they love it. They be playing it in my car. It's crazy. Yes, plural, Miss Julie Delp, plural. I know not all scrub people in scrubs are bad. I'm just saying I feel mine. You know, I got a little trauma when I see them in scrubs. Yo, Bees, I'm not highlighting that comment, Bees. You trying to make me turn red on that one. See you later says scrubs take away from my natural beauty. Beekeeper suit sounds kinky. You're right. Need one more sub. If you have not subbed up yet, hit that subscribe and ring that bell. That way you never miss a live. That's another thing I don't say enough, guys. Check your notification bell. Make sure that you double clicked it, that it's gonna tell you when I go live on everything, right? All notifications. Make sure that thing's active, because I know some of you guys come in late and they're like, I didn't get my notification. And that's what it is. Sometimes periodically YouTube will mess with your stuff, mess with your notifications, and you always got to make sure your favorite creators' notifications are all the way on for you. Thank you, Jeannie. That was good to bring up. Seaglass says hello, beautiful. Okay, that's for Kathy. Let's see what else. Criminal Med says, what more could they have done to this family? It is so unacceptable. I don't know how much more they could have done. Literally. I really don't know.
You might want to go. My school. How have your plans changed, if they haven't? I mean, you talked about going to school in New York, or what steps have you taken lately to actually make this happen as opposed to wanting to?
Well, again, the idea of college sounds really great. I mean, I'm a senior in high school, so everyone's asking me, like, where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
Have you submitted any applications yet?
Not a single one, and some of the deadlines are passed, and I really don't care, if I'm being honest. It's not that I don't want to go to school. It's just kind of like, what's the point? I feel like this chapter of my life needs to be resolved before I can actually take a step forward and moving on. In a lot of ways, I still feel trapped in, my 10 and 11-year-old body, because that's where my headspace has been living for the last 6.5 years.
Well, given your obvious performance now, the schools you're looking at, they're going to be academically challenging?
I would like to think so.
All right. Well, how do you think you're going to do in those environments with really cutthroat academic pressure and competition?
I think it's going to be really challenging. The first time I was ever alone from my family was at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital, and I'm a little bit afraid that when I'm alone again for a prolonged period of time, that I'll just feel the same way I did when I was 10 or 11.
Sure. And then, a difficult topic, but do you have any survivor guilt?
Yes, it's something that is also really difficult to talk about, but I was one of the last people.
Wait up, guys, trigger warning, man. This part got me, at least.
To talk with my mom. And after finding out about her death, the next thing I thought of was, well, maybe if I said something different, or.
How did it relate to, like, do you retrace your steps and your conversations those last few days?
All the time.
And what concerns do you have about things you might have said or not said?
Well, there's a lot of, again, topics off limits. So it was kind of hard to have like emotional and personal conversations with her.
Sure.
In a way, it felt scripted. So I just feel like maybe she thought I wasn't.
Seaglass Prox, you are the 800th subscriber. We hit 800, guys. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. I promise you'll love this community. It looks like you know most of the people in it already. And yeah, I run the show pretty decent, they say, so I think you'll like it here. Thank you, though, man. We hit 800, guys. 800. So today, we hit the 50 likes. Appreciate that. We're trying to hit that goal every live now. We hit 800 subscribers, and we are in review for monetization for memberships on Friday the 13th of all days. My Lord. It don't get no better. It don't get no better, guys. That's right, baby. 800. Thank you guys so much, man. Oh, you guys rock.
I didn't care or such, like, was talking with her, but those moments were so so special to me.
Do you ever challenge yourself about whether telling her about how you felt and what was happening in there was not the right thing to do for you?
Yes, I feel like if I would have let her think that I was doing okay, that maybe she wouldn't have taken the step to end her life to get me out of there.
Right. And now, looking back on it, does it worry you that you told her those things?
Yes, I feel like it's my fault.
Now, I want to move on to loss of capacity to enjoy life. And you're doing great. You're doing great, Water.
Thank you, Seaglass. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the kind words and constructive criticism I get from my whole community. And it makes me super happy to see people roll in the community, see how the vibe is, and love it and stay. Like that's what it's all about for me.
Let's talk about making new friends. We don't have that much more to go.
Yeah.
Let's talk about making new friends. How is that going? I mean, you have met a guy you like, and that's going well, I hope.
Yes.
Good. How about other new friends?
Well, I recently made a new friend, and thankfully she's very understanding of my situation, but it's hard because I'll make plans with people and I'll really want to go,
Sure.
but then like last minute I'll cancel either because I'm in pain or my depression's too bad.
You don't want to see people. And does that happen at the last minute, like you said?
Yeah, and that's why I feel even more guilty, is because they probably just think, oh, she doesn't want to hang out with me, but it's not true. I'm just really struggling.
Sure. And then how about
This poor girl, man, my heart breaks for this little girl. Absolutely breaks for it. Colonel Med says she will never recover. No, she'll never be a normal person. She'll probably end up doing something great with her life because I believe she has the strength in her, but she's going to be it'll be a constant struggle. It'll never be a normal life per se.
about connecting with the older friends, the friends you already had?
Yeah, I don't talk to any of the kids from elementary school as much other than Riley.
Any particular reason why? Like going back even to your middle school days?
I think it's just hard because when you see the faces of people that were present and like during that time, it's already a reminder.
Right. And so when was the last time you actually were in a classroom type going to school?
2 years ago.
Why'd you stop? I mean, usually junior and senior year are pretty fun.
Yeah, I stopped for a lot of reasons. So I told you about the clock. Every single classroom has one of those. So when it's quiet, you hear the ticking and then I can't focus. And then the bells, it reminds me of John Hopkins. I was worried that the administrators I was just scared that they knew about what happened. I was scared that I may be taken away because my brother, when this was all going down, he got taken out of class and was examined alone. And I was terrified that would happen. So much so I actually started carrying my lawyer's card in my school backpack.
I'm still there.
Bees, I saw your comment, Bees.
So the things that you were doing and very active in before, I'm gonna go through them. You tell the jury whether you still do them or don't do them. And if so, how much? Piano,
I do not do that at all anymore.
singing,
No, I do not do that anymore.
developing the Polish language.
No.
Can you communicate anymore with like your aunt here that
Barely, because thank God she knows some English, enough where I could actually understand what she's saying. But with my grandma, for example, my babcia, I cannot have a conversation with her. And it's so hard because on the phone when I call her, she'll just break down and she's just crying.
she's used to you being able to talk to?
Darcy says the one witness that talks after said most kids of parents that unalive themselves, usually the kids do the same. I believe that will be her brother. I'm worried about that, Darcy. I'm right there with you. The look in that kid's eyes, man, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Skating.
Nope.
I guess not. You never got back into gymnastics.
No, I
Let's
didn't.
hear it.
Yeah.
That would be really
I don't know how I look in a baby blue suit, Bees. I really don't. I have never wore a baby blue suit.
dumb. Any other activities that you used to take great pleasure in that you no longer care about?
Yes, so in middle school, I was president of a ton of clubs, or I was an active member in a bunch of clubs. And I feel like people are like, that's kind of weird. Like, your mom just died. Why are you doing all this? But I was genuinely just trying to distract myself. And school for me was my only outlet. But when I got into high school, my depression was just getting worse and worse. So I actually just stopped going to clubs, and I haven't been a member of a club in quite some time.
What about, did you do some public speaking then in front of the class before?
I have, yes.
Criminal Med, I'm glad you said that. Criminal Med says, I also have concerns on the dad after today and yesterday. The way that his hand was shaking, I don't like that, Criminal Med. I'm hoping that that was just anxiety and the stress of the situation when we saw his hand shaking when he was drinking. But we all know what shakes can be from, right? Self-medication of a certain liquid. So I'm hoping that's not what it is. But his face, the shape of his face, the coloration of his face, I'm worried about that man. I'm worried about that man, and I'm worried about that boy. I'm really worried about that boy, though. Miss Huntress, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, Huntress. If you wear a baby blue one, you better have your best friend wear an orange one. Yo, right? That would be on point. I got a buddy that would do it too.
Was for like the middle school graduation, I was one of the spokespeople.
And how come you're not doing that kind of socializing? I know the dumb question. Why aren't you doing that socializing and leadership role anymore?
Well, I just feel like I don't really connect with my peers anymore. It's really difficult for me to make friends, let alone keep friendships. And I realize, I am the problem. It's because I suffer from a lot of things, and I hope to get help for those in the future.
Sure. Understanding. Your relationship with strike that. What about your future insofar as being a wife or a mother?
Yeah, so, obviously I'm afraid for being even in a relationship because I have really bad depression and all I do is cry every day. It's guaranteed at least once I'll cry.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're hanging around a person that you're dating, you see him a lot. So at first I was able to kind of hold it, but now every day I cry in front of him. And I don't want him to think I'm crazy like other people in the past.
Oh, touche, Julie Dope. I know exactly what she's saying. Dumb and Dumber. I get it. Trust me, I get all the Huntress's digs. Trust me.
So thought.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm scared with my CRPS with the flares because it's like taking care of a baby, like you lose a lot of abilities. And I don't want to give that life to somebody where they have to take care of me. And then with children, I don't have my mom. So I don't really have a girl to stand by my side and walk me through it. And
wedding you're talking about?
I have so missed the side banter between Bees and my mom. You guys are something else. You know how hard it is to stay concentrated on this trial when I got you two coming at me in chat? I love you guys. I do. I love you guys.
Things as well, yes. But yeah, pregnancies, weddings, and I'm quite fearful that in the future, if I do have children, that my fear of doctors will prevent them from getting care.
Okay. I had one more question on that, but I think I'll move on. So let's turn to the final area now. This is about things, what's known as a loss of child consortium with your mom. That's things that she used to do for you, with you, that now either you have to do yourself or have to get somebody else to do. So I have a bit of a list in terms of clothes shopping. Was that a big thing that she helped you with?
Yeah, Kyle and I both.
And then social advice.
Bro, Roger Lynn. Oh my God, Roger, I feel you, brother. Living in California right now, you look at your bank account, that shit will definitely bring a tear to your eye. Or roll up to the gas pump and look at the overall cost of filling up. You're definitely crying, man, every day.
Yes.
And physical comforting, snuggling, things like that.
Absolutely.
So I feel the same way, Criminal Med. Then that's why I want them to win this so bad, because I know that literally the rest of these beautiful people's lives are it's destroyed. It's literally just shambles, and it's going to take every ounce of resilience to keep some semblance of normalcy, but it never will be, right? So I'm right there with you.
And then, of course, advice about growing up, becoming a woman. Right?
Yes.
And then if you got sick or you thought you were getting sick, having a nurse as a mom.
Right.
Is that?
Yes.
Okay. Plus now you don't want to go to a doctor.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Doing your hair.
Right. She always did it for me.
And of course, if you did decide to go somewhere, I guess you did split the chauffeuring around with your dad.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Cooking.
Yes, she always cooked.
Mm-hmm. And the house pretty much stays spotless, don't it? Still?
Yes, still.
Right. Do you feel like you need to take care of your dad some now?
In some ways, I try to do the laundry as much as I can. I try to help out with our little dog. And I've tried to help out with Kyle sometimes in terms of driving him and whatnot. And
Sea Glass, California. Oh my gosh, you need to move north. Just that place has shakes and quakes. It's the shakes and quakes ain't what I'm worried about. Sea Glass rocks. Yeah, that's not what I'm worried about. It's everything else here. Cost of living, the crappy economy, um, the crime, the transients filling every one of our towns, the epidemic of the F word from China. Yeah, it's horrible here. I want to move to Tennessee. That's the state I picked. I got some other people trying to get me to go like Idaho, Louisiana, but I'm pretty dead set on Tennessee still. But I'm trying to get out of here. Let me see. B said they should hand out containers of. You're too much, Bees. Me and Bees are here to lighten the place up. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Y'all too damn much down there in chat. I can't even highlight some of the stuff y'all say. Yeah, that too. Trust me, Seagull, you preach in the choir for sure on this. I don't want to be here. I just need some things to work out, and I got to finish up some responsibilities with the family here. But man, if I could move right now and make it happen, I'd be gone. Your boy would be out in Tennessee covering true crime and fishing. You know what I mean? That's what would be going down. Michigan is gorgeous. Yeah, it is pretty. It is pretty. Darzilla says, "What's up? Come on to the volunteer state." I have family that lives in Nashville, and then one of my childhood best friends. I'm not going to say where he lives because that's where I'm trying to live, but it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place. Criminal said, "Okay, Julie and Bees, I will stop behaving now." Oh my lord! Yeah, I can't have all three of you acting up. Yo, Dumpling, good to see you, Miss Dumpling. I'm planning on trying to make that game show tonight. Legal smoke here too. I'm a fan. Yes, everything else, crimes, transients, no accountability, cost of living is ridiculous. My oldest daughter moved to Washington 2 years ago and loves it. Glass, him and mom are moving with me. That's Bees is trying to Bees is another one of the ones that's trying to keep me out of Tennessee. Okay. All right, guys, let's keep going.
I don't really buy clothes unless if it's with my money. That's why I kind of got a job. Obviously, he still buys me things and whatnot, but I do feel guilty because, he's the only one bringing money. So I don't want to use it.
All right. Tell us, are there any other practical things I should consider in terms of things that your mom did for you or did with you to the point where it was, you won't do them anymore?
I think the other thing is just travel,
Mm-hmm. But you have been out of the city a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Hopefully do more, right?
Yes, hopefully.
Okay. So before this, did I ask you to assist the jury in giving them some ideas, some quantitative data, if you will, on time that this affects you?
Yes, you did.
All right. So physical, emotional pain and suffering. How many hours on a single good day? If you have a good day, how many hours do one or more does this affect you? The aggravation of your CRPS and the PTSD and depression?
I would say about 12.
Okay. And then on a single bad day, including sleep time?
15.
Okay. And then mental anguish and what we talked about, all those things on a good day, how many hours does it affect you?
I would say like around 10.
And then on a bad day, how does this, what we discussed, affect you?
18.
801 guys, 801 subscribers. We're breaking through the 800 mark. Now we're going to the 900, baby. We marching.
So 3/4 of the day.
Yes, I don't really sleep much.
Okay. Loss of capacity to enjoy life. How many hours on a good day?
11, 12.
Oh, that's straight up criminal med. Geez, what child doesn't want to use your money? Big red flag. I had that same mentality coming up. Like we didn't have a whole lot, and I would never ask my dad for money. I hated asking him for anything, even if it was for school or anything. I know how that feels, but obviously not to the max of what she's going through. All right, cool. Let's keep marching.
Okay. And then what about on the bad days?
That would be, again, around like 17, 18.
Okay. Now, if we could kind of combine these together to the good days versus bad days in the week. And I know it's mixed, but can you give us an idea of how many days out of the week are good days and how many days are bad days?
I would say it really does depend on the season. I mean,
Let me help you out with that, Huntress. Let me help you out. Huntress says, I want to say hi to everybody. I can't tag everyone. I'm driving. I'm on the way to get my girl from her first school dance. What? Heck yeah. Congratulations to her. Be safe driving. And everybody heard that. Huntress says, hi, much love to y'all. Okay? Be safe, Huntress.
And right now, it's actually a little bit harder than usual because October is the month that I was taken. But I usually do have more bad days than good. I would probably say 5 out of the 7 days are bad.
All right. And that's taking into account the 3 categories for that.
Correct.
All right. And then about the effects of the loss of your mom. Let's talk about how many hours on a single good day that this substantially affects you. And I'm not talking about just a passing thought. I'm talking about whether, it's substantially affecting your life.
Right. I would say about 7 hours.
Okay. And I had you think about this before.
Correct.
All right. And how about on a single bad day?
That would be like 9, 10.
Okay. All right. So then how many days out of the week are good versus bad on average?
I mean, I think about her a lot, and her death has severely, impacted me. And I would argue that that's probably like 6 out of the 7.
Okay. So 6 bad to 2 good.
1 good.
And finally, Maya, are you worried about the future at all with the challenges that life brings? Relationships, jobs, things like that?
Yes. I mean, the first job I had, I held for a week.
Mhm.
And then the next one, just over, a couple of months. So I obviously don't really know how to hold a job without it either triggering my PTSD, depression, or CRPS. And then I am worried with my relationships, as I said, with friends and even my boyfriend.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Maya.
If Dumpling or any of the ladies that are running the show tonight are in here, it's trivia. What kind of trivia what we talking about? What kind of trivia y'all doing tonight? I want to see what's popping.
Mr. Shapiro.
Yeah, briefly, Ron, thank you. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning.
Just a couple really quick topics. So I know before you had your ordeal at All Children's, you did have some therapy before, I think, with Rebecca Johnson.
Correct, to cope with the diagnosis of CRPS.
And did you find it helpful?
I did.
Do you plan on getting therapy again once this trial's done?
Yes.
Okay. Just a couple things. You said you have been able to maintain a relationship with your boyfriend.
I have, yes.
Awkward question, but how long y'all been dating?
Seaglass, I'm with you on that. I had to explain that to my children today about everything that's going on in the world. Definitely, you are in a Second Amendment friendly space. I'm pro-American. I am very pro-Constitution. So you in the right place. I feel you. I like that.
Dating.
Over a year.
Okay. You have your driver's license?
I do.
And do you have your own car?
I do, yes. We sold my mom's car.
Gotcha. Anything fun that you're driving, or what'd you get?
I have this, I forget what model it is, but it's a Tesla. So we have the solar panels, which heat our pool, and then I charge it.
Oh, that's fun. You talked about so therapy going forward, I guess in terms of what you hope for your future, with some help in therapy, you could pursue some of your dreams for college after that. Is that
Dumpling says, I have no clue, just that it's Halloweenish questions because Amy is hosting and I'm playing. All right. Okay. Can kind of imagine what those questions might be.
on the plan?
Yes.
Okay. And just to be clear, you have, I would hope, big dreams for yourself. You're very bright. Go to college one day.
I would like to do that, yes.
Okay. Just because you've been sitting here in the courtroom with us, out of curiosity, any thought about becoming a lawyer?
Probably not.
That's a good choice. Good
So-
choice. That's one thing we probably agree on. Anyway, that's all I have. I appreciate it. And again, I'm sorry for your loss.
Dumpling, you could always change your vote on the polls. You could just switch it, right? I think you can still do that, right? That's how the polls start off the video on my lives. A lot of times people vote one way. By the end of the live, they're like, I'm going to switch my vote.
Thank you.
Anything further? Well, members of the jury, do any of you have any questions?
Oh, that's right.
Yo, that's a big change, guys. From that's actually a massive change from yesterday's live. Last night's live, that same post that I posted, or the same poll that I posted, we were like 69% on the yes. It was that off. Tonight, we got 30 votes, and 97 of y'all think that the Kowalskis are going to win this trial now. Massive change up. But you see how it goes during a trial, man. The more you hear, more it'll shift your opinion. Okay, guys, I got the next part of this queued up. They're going to get the questions from the jury, and they're going to ask Maya some questions here, and that'll be the wrap on this. And then, like I said, your boy's out. After that, I'm gonna go get some dinner, and then I hope I can make it back in time to get up on that show, or at least be in the chat to watch Dumpling show tonight, her game show. If you ain't, y'all gotta be there. Show up, Dumpling. If you want, drop your link for anybody that doesn't know your channel. That way they can go check it out. Damn, you know what? These you and Mama really worked me over on this live. Y'all trying to keep me red as red can be, aren't you? There's Dumpling's link, guys. She's gonna have a game show tonight. It's 7, I think, 7 o'clock my time out here on the West Coast. I'm not sure where you're at, where it'll be, but she's already got it posted. So if you go to her channel, hit the notification for it, it'll pop up when she goes live. But her game shows are fun to watch, guys. They're fun to watch. They're entertaining. Oh, you're welcome, Dumpling. You've helped me out plenty, man. That's the least I could do for you. Yo, it's like frozen. What? What? Wait up, guys. So I'm sitting here playing this, thinking you guys could hear it, but I forgot to cue it up. Come on, how you gonna let me slip like that? Yeah, I'm like literally up here talking about stuff you guys can't even hear. Let me see. Let me cue it back up. Freaking rookie. Come on, guy. What is wrong with you?
On your good days, do you feel happy?
Brown, put it down. I wanted to be able to put her numbers on the way. 45, maybe an hour. So I was thinking
On your good
Okay, there we go, guys. Man, come on. How do you guys not red flag me? Give me some stuff so I'll be like, bro, you talking about something, but we ain't hearing it.
days, do you feel happiness?
I still feel happiness, but I don't feel the joy that I once felt in life. Like people still
Give me some ones in chat. Just make sure y'all can hear that. Since I sit there and talk for like no reason, and you guys can't even hear it.
make me feel happy, and I'm still able to like be happy at certain points, but it's not the same.
Okay. While in Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital, was it long periods of time between phone calls or visits where you were by yourself?
Oh, yes. Yes,
And was that super difficult and lonely?
absolutely. I mean, even being there alone and
Thank you. See you later. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Thank you.
then without the phone calls or visits, it's like torture.
Tell us more about the lack of, quote,
Thought I knew what I was doing, child. Me too. Me too. I thought I knew what I was doing as well.
creature comforts, end quote, or care you did not receive. For example, when Sally Smith came in your room, your dad was cleaning you up.
Right. So, I mean, my privacy was violated like a lot. Like I talked about the bathroom, how the door had to be open. I talked about the razor. So I wasn't allowed to shave, which I mean, again, you're growing up and you're a girl. It's like kind of typical that you start shaving around that age. And I felt like unclean with myself a lot of the times. Showers had to be supervised. There was a point where my dad was allowed to bring, I believe, shampoo, the like good scented ones. But other than that, I had to rely on the hospital, like little bottles. And then when I was in the bed in the PICU, my version of a shower, they just took like a washcloth and they would clean me up that way.
Kathy Blanks, I'm super excited too. So excited to open up memberships and have all this goodness popping. And Sam, thank you on the congratulations on the 800. And you all know, man, you all know how I feel about Sam. Sam, big part of why this channel got changed in its trajectory. For all that don't know, Sam's the one that got me on the first season of Turtle Island, and that's how a lot of people started finding out about me. Sam, you rock. Sam rocks.
Then like the toilet paper, if you've been to a hospital, you know it's like sandpaper, so it's uncomfortable. And then the hair, I wasn't able to brush my own hair because of the pain at a certain point, so I went a very long time without it, and it got matted, so my aunt had to cut it. And then the toothbrush situation where I wasn't able to brush my teeth again for the same reason, the pain. So I had to wait till someone was willing to help me. And even when I vocalized it, again, they kind of just didn't help in hopes that I would do it myself. And then they would prove like I was making it up. But instead, I just sat there unclean and uncared for.
Okay, other than Jessica, the guardian ad litem, did you have other
There's like a special bus for all these people to take straight to
people to help you on phone calls, or did it end up only being Kathy Beatty?
Kathy Beatty.
How often did you see Kathy Beatty?
I saw her quite frequently. I mean, multiple times a week. I saw her more than I ever did my dad, brother, and my mom during that time.
What made you?
Thank you, Sam. No, thank you. You mustered up the courage to bypass that social anxiety and get on that phone and make that first phone call for your boy. And then after you did that, I made it on the island. And for some crazy reason, Dolly likes me enough to where he literally shouted me out on his community page, which I don't see Marley doing for anybody ever. And that literally changed it all, guys, for real.
Did you hate her, meaning Kathy Beatty, the most?
It was the lies, the manipulation, I call it like fake kindness, because she presented herself sometimes okay in front of people when I had visitors, but then behind closed doors, it was weird. She violated my privacy by kissing me, hugging me, lifting me up, putting me on her lap, touching my legs. She also, I didn't mention this in my first
That's SA and grooming. SA and grooming.
testimony because it just slipped my mind, but she cursed around me. So she was like informal and inappropriate. And all of those things combined just led to me not liking her. But the cherry on top was the conversations with my mom and seeing her being disruptive and making faces.
Do you think you can get a new job?
I believe I can, but I really need therapy first. I feel like I have to work through some things before I would feel comfortable holding and giving a job.
TLC is me says Dolly spoke highly of you when you were on the island. Yeah, the first season, yeah, man, like I said, I don't know. That's why I mess with Dolly. I think he's entertaining as hell. But dude, when he gave me those shout outs and stuff, man, I was like, what? I argue with what he said. He ain't lying. No,
Maya, you said your pain was 5 to 7. Is this on a scale of 1 to 10 or 1 to 15?
oh, Miss Julie Dope. I'm talking about last season's Turtle Island. Sam's Rocks is who got me on the second season. I know a lot of people didn't know who I was, and I kind of skirted under the radar for a while. But Sam's who got me on the second season of Turtle Island and got me the shout out by Dolly on the community page. And after that, I went from I think to around 200 subscribers, and I jumped up I think I was 500 something, pretty dang quick. And then it kind of slowed down a little bit, but obviously we growing now though. We growing now.
I'm using the 1 to 10 scale.
Maya, your testimony has now triggered me to ask this next question. Possibly at this point, you may know, and if we hear from another doctor, I'll ask them. Understanding CRPS can come and go, can get worse or disappear. Can CRPS result in the destruction or degradation of things like nerves, their synapses, brain cells, neurons, etc., to the point that CRPS can, quote, cause, end quote, addition or new debilitating ailments?
I would ask a doctor that question because all I know is my symptoms. I know my pain. I don't know the science behind it and whatnot.
When you were
Dude, not a lot of people know the science behind it, not even freaking doctors. So for her to have that knowledge would be pretty crazy at her age. She already seems to be quite intelligent. To have that type of knowledge on top of it that'd be pretty damn impressive.
in need of changing your undergarments during the treatment of at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital, the next series of questions are all about that subject.
Mhm.
Were you always first afforded the opportunity of privacy in accomplishing the task on your own?
Well, because of my physical limitations, I was not able to do the task.
That ain't changing either. I know Dolly just wants me to change the predator part, but like I said, check it out. That name was gifted to me from the good Lord above. I woke up in the middle of the night with that name after weeks of trying to figure out what type of name I was going to pick for my channel. And at this point, like I said, it's grown on me. It's grown on everybody that knows me. And to change my name for other people is so not my character. For me to change anything about myself for other people, that is not how I roll, Mom. You know that. I do what I wanted to. I roll how I want to roll. And if you vibe with it, you vibe with it. But I don't really do that changing for other people's stuff. So if you ain't down with that, then you're missing out. You're missing out.
Alone, so I knew I needed help. And with my parents not there, the next best thing is a nurse. But some of them really did respect me. They would like look away as much as they can, or they wouldn't intentionally make me feel uncomfortable. But the whole situation with Kathy was very different, and that's why I brought it up. The other changing instances, I understand that was necessary, and they did their best to remain respectful.
You see how she knows the difference between, even at her age, she knew the difference between the professional behavior and the unprofessional behavior. And it's like, there's a reason why she's so traumatized by that freaking nasty lady. It's because she knew the difference. She knew that she was being done completely wrong. Let me see what else y'all saying. I know Kathy Blake. I know he be teasing me. I know he be teasing because he's getting all like, when he says my name now, he's getting into character a little bit more when he says my name. So I know it's growing on him, just like I've grown on everybody else. That's right, baby. You do you, TLC, as me says. Heck yeah. All right, guys, let's keep rolling, man. Much love, y'all.
Okay. Were there occasions that you specifically asked for assistance in changing your undergarments?
In the mornings when I would change into new clothes, I would ask the nurse.
When staff would change your undergarments, did staff use or offer the use of covering your upper or most definitely lower parts with the bed sheets for a bit of privacy?
Not really that, but again, they just kind of like tried to look away. But I mean, again, it wasn't, I mean, what's important is like when I complain about like privacy and whatnot, it's normally when it's out of their duties. So like a social worker, Kathy B, she's not supposed to be there. Or like a doctor, for example, a doctor alone, like that's not okay. Stuff like that. Not so much as like nurses, and that's their part of their job.
See, she literally knew like the conduct these people are supposed to be, performing their jobs with. Like that she knew.
While at the hospital in October, November, December, January of 2016 and 2017, was there ever a time staff clearly made available to you or asked if you wanted to use or would like assistance in getting to the usual room's built-in restroom?
Sorry, could you repeat that one more time?
Was there ever a time that the staff clearly made available to you or asked if you wanted to use or would like assistance in getting to the room that you were in's usual built-in restroom?
Yeah, so I had to have assistance, so I'd use the call button. But in the PICU, I had nurses who weren't as quick, so I would end up, peeing on myself or worse, and they would get frustrated with me when I did that. But again, I know like that's part of their job to take me to the bathroom, so I wasn't obviously doing that on purpose. It's just as embarrassing for me. So when I was able to move up to floor 7, some of the nurses, I think, remember the Daisy Award. I nominated one of the nurses because when I asked her to use the bathroom, she was there as quickly as possible and took care of me.
Was an open view potty chair placed all those months and that was understood to you as being your only option?
That was, I believe, just when I was being surveillance without my consent. All the other times, there's like bathrooms connected to the room that you're staying in, and those are much more private. They're out of the view of the door and the window of the door. They're off to the side, and there's another door that keeps people from like looking in, and there's no windows on that one. But yeah, the only time I had to use the commode was during that 48 hours.
Okay. And lastly, whether assistance.
Miss Joy, where's Dumpling? Dumpling's probably getting ready for the game show. It's a lot of work running live streams. It's like it's a lot of work. No matter if you're running a game show, if you're running covering a topic, there's a lot of work that goes behind it. It's a lot. So she's probably getting ready.
Or under your own strength, was some kind of rolling, moving screen or curtain made freely available to you once seated if you could afford yourself a level of privacy?
No.
Mr. Anderson, do you have any follow-up questions based on the jury's questions?
Yes, Maya, at this point, you were 10 years old. Would you describe yourself as an innocent 10-year-old or a more worldly, like older in knowledge of things?
No, definitely innocent.
And was it explained to you that one of the reasons that they limited things like allowing you your shampoo or soap or any liquids or things like that from home was this fear that your family or friends were spiking it with?
1 second. I'm going to sustain the objection Mr. Shapiro is trying to make on that question.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the next question.
All right. That's all.
That's what I'm saying right there, y'all. That's what I'm saying right there. And come on, man. That's how I came up with it. It was based off of animals, man. 100% though. An American bald eagle is a predator, just to put things in perspective. 100%, my man. Oh, same, Roger. Roger says, I find her whole testimony 100% credible. But yeah, there's no lie in that little girl's face. There is no lie in her face.
Very briefly. Ron.
Sure.
Maya, just about the visitors. So the teachers, they came to visit you.
Yes,
Okay, that was Dieter
correct.
and Shepler.
Yes.
And then the jury hasn't met her yet, but there was the guardian ad litem. Do you remember her name?
No.
Sharon O'Leary. Does that ring a bell?
No.
No. Okay. Some of the family that came to visit you, Uncle Scott,
Yes.
Aunt Wendy,
Yes.
Kyle when he could. I know he was in school, but Kyle came to visit.
Right.
You had your attorneys came.
Right. But all of these instances, I mean, I was there for 3.5 months, and I mean, I feel like it should be discussed about the number of times these people visited me, because it wasn't every day. Most certainly wasn't every week. There were times where I went days without seeing anybody that I recognized from my life at home.
Your friend, is it Riley
Yes, a single time she was able to visit.
and Sophia?
I believe so. Yes, a single time.
And your dad was there once he was granted access almost every day.
He tried his best, but there's Kyle as well, so he has to take care of the family.
Thank you for your time.
And just so everybody knows, Ms. Kirby just joined us by Zoom, like within the last 30 seconds. So Ms. Kirby, I'm going to place you into the waiting room for just a moment. We'll call you in just a couple.
100% criminal med. She did an amazing job. I mean, she did an amazing job this whole trial. But man, I tell you what, most people couldn't hold it together going through a quarter what she went through and testifying like that. She testified and spoke more eloquently than the attorneys did. It was impressive. Let me see. He says, I can feel her pain. They should be ashamed to make her relive this. Yep. Yeah, no, Johns Hopkins should have just freaking cut the check and just been done with it instead of dragging this poor girl and her family through all this BS. And they're going to end up losing anyways. Please, Lord. Please let them lose, Lord. I think this might be it, though. Let me see.
Anything further?
Maya, when you did have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people visit you, were these on a limited basis?
Oh yeah, it's not like they could stay the whole day. There was a time restriction. There were sometimes supervisors, actually most of the time there were supervisors, and there was a lot of difficulties with, in respect to my friend Riley getting in.
Anything further, Mr. Shapiro?
No, thank you.
Members of the jury, any further questions?
Okay, guys, that is it. That is a recap on Maya's testimony today. Like I said, there's 2 more witnesses that break down like the cost and the outcomes and like it's a lot. But we don't have time to cover that. If you're interested in going checking it out, definitely check it out. It'll give you a little bit more context at how they're going to calculate the loss, right? And what they basically went through and how that should all come out. Definitely check it out if you're interested in seeing the rest of those testimonies, though. But we covered the most important ones, and that was Maya, her brother, and her dad. Yeah. So that being said, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap the show up. I gotta go take my little girl some sushi dinner, and then your boy will be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna be getting into definitely going to be getting some Delphi stuff. I got some stuff to say about Delphi, like usual. And then we got a couple other cases that have been recommended or asked for by subscribers. Sam, I'm on the one that you were asking me to cover. We're going to cover that one too. So that being said, guys, let me go ahead and give some shout outs, some love to this month's contributors to the donations. Sweet Misery True Crime, Jeannie Ange, Miss Dawn, Sassy 7, Criminal Med, BM Turtle Madness with the 3 donations already. Like, what, you trying to like break the donation board, girl? And Dartzilla. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And like I said, y'all, we going up on the donation wall next month for sure. Let me see what else. Let me see what else y'all are saying before I roll out this bad boy. Let's see. B says they should have to pay triple for putting in questions. I feel you on that one. See you later with the see you later. I love how see you later. I love that see you later at the end every time. Have a nice dinner. Thank you. My little girl loves them sushi dinners, y'all. She gonna enjoy it for sure. Thank you, bees. Much love you all. Thank you all for being here. Let's wrap it up though. Links for the socials, for donations, or my email, all that information, whether you want to get a hold of me, donate to the channel, any of that stuff, all of it is down in the description for the video and the channel description. If you donate, leave your name, right? Leave a name that I can put up on the donation wall and that I can shout out to give you credit. You know what I mean? Please. And then if you have any recommendations when you either contact me with the emails or through Instagram or through a donation, leave me a note. Let me know how I'm doing on this channel. Let me know about improvements you think I could do. I take it all in. This is for my community. So that's about the only thing you'll see me ever change about myself is doing something a little bit better on this. But let me know, guys. I appreciate you all. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I hope you guys have an amazing Friday night. If y'all heading over to Dumplings, have a blast. It'll be a good time over there. But that's it, guys. Much love you all. It's your boy, the Real Piscine Predator, aka TPP, baby. Till next video or next live, I'm out, y'all. Much love. Peace.